Alright, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make MIDI kits, how I like to make MIDI kits. We're going to start from making the chord progressions to organizing it to the artwork. After all the chord progression tutorials I've been doing, I was thinking, dang, I should just make a video on how I make MIDI kits. And then of course, the brand new MIDI kit that I dropped, the MIDI Collection Volume 1. There'll be a link in the description to check that out. 100% royalty free, 20 advanced MIDI chord progressions and melodies. But today I want to show you how to make your own, so let's get into it. So I brought up the C minor scale. You can either do that by dropping in a MIDI, or you can go over here to helpers, scale highlighting, select your scale, major or minor, and then it will highlight it. I like to drop in MIDIs, and then I could just move it around easily without having to go to that highlight if I want to transpose it. So I'm going to set our tempo to, let's say like 162, something a little bit faster. I'm going to build out a chord progression. If it comes out cool, I'll give it to you guys for free. If it doesn't, then it would just be part of the video. So we're going to go ahead and start on the 1 chord. And I'm going to turn my velocity down. And from here, I'm really just going to try to build out a quick chord progression. Something cool. Obviously, you want to take your time when you're making chord progressions and melodies for a MIDI pack. You want them to be quality. But this is how I start every time, and if I don't think it's up to par of something that I would want to use in a pack or that I would personally use, I scrap it and go on to the next. So we're going to go ahead and skip every other note, build out a simple chord like this, and I'm going to go ahead and just start with the root notes. Let's see, I want to go something like this. Let's take this, skip every other one. I like this rhythm. Let you hear it with the metronome. So now that I have the metronome on, it's not the rhythm I was thinking. So let's see. It's more like that. So I like that. It's good to turn the metronome on because you might be paying attention to how it sounds and you forgot that you're not, counting to the actual tempo of the track. So this is what I was hearing. So now that we have this, we can actually just bring this up. Let's bring it up a whole octave, and let's take our root notes and let's bring these down a whole octave. Let's turn the velocities down a little bit by holding Alt. And now that I already have that, I don't need to have the metronome on. And from here, what I'm going to do is just build this out a little bit more. I'm going to stop talking so much because I have so many chord progression tutorials and melody tutorials. And this one is just how I build out and how I make MIDI packs, right? So let's just get this MIDI done and not make this take forever. And I just go by ear. And now let's do Control A, Alt R to randomize, Alt S to strum. And then we'll go in here and move these around a little bit to make it a little bit more realistic. I like to spend a lot of time, and that's one thing I'll recommend doing when you're actually making a MIDI pack, is to come in here and actually either replay this. I'll do that a lot as well. You could do it by typing it out and then try to replay these chords one by one so it gives it more of a realistic feel. Or come in here and move a couple of them around, mess around with velocities, the lengths of them, really make sure that it sounds a little bit more realistic. And that'll make your chord progressions in general, your melodies, and your MIDI packs a lot better, and probably get a lot more attention when people start to use them because they'll just sound more organic, more real, and it's something that will definitely be used, Like this. Let's turn this down. See how that already sounds better than this? It just sounds like it's actually being played. Turn these down. These as well. I don't want it too aggressive. That's perfect. And this one needs to be adjusted. Let's see. Could take that note out. Maybe we could put another chord over here. Like a subtle one. Let's try something weird. I don't know, like this. That's not bad. Let's flip it. Maybe like this. Yeah, that sounds way better. I think I might have to make a tutorial on doing like little tricks like that to kind of spice up the rhythms and chord progressions. Let's hold Alt, make these all the same, and then with Alt again and the mouse wheel, let's bring these to a lower velocity. That sounds crazy. So I'm definitely going to give this one away to you guys for free. As mentioned, I do have a brand new MIDI pack out called the Melody Collection. It's volume 1. Link in the description. 20 advanced chord progressions and melodies all together. Similar to this, different styles, 100% royalty free. So make sure to go check that out. All right, so this part's super easy, but I'm going to just show you how you can organize it, name it, and put it in a folder. All right, so once the MIDI's done and we have it, we like it, it's an original piece that we made, we could save it in a folder. So this will be called Piece MIDI Kit, right? Maybe you want to put your producer name first. And now we have that open. So we go back to FL. We can hit Control A to select all this MIDI that's currently here. And this is going to be on the piano roll that you're looking at. So everything that we see red right here or pink is going to be what's exported. Then we'll go down right here. We'll go to File, Export MIDI File. Locate our folder, which we just created, and then whatever you want to title the MIDI file. So we can call this Piece MIDI 1, and then we'll put 162 C minor and hit save. Now, if we go back into that folder, you'll see that it's saved right here, Piece MIDI 1, 162 C minor. And if we delete this and we go to our MIDI and drag it in to check it, there's our MIDI. So let's say you're going to make a pack of 20 of them. You make 20 MIDIs from scratch. You export it that same way into that folder, and then you can zip that folder, take your artwork, and upload to wherever you're uploading. All right, so in this part of the video, we're going to be making the artwork for it. I'm going to be using Photoshop and free royalty-free images that you can get. I speak about that while we're designing it, so let's create the artwork. All right, so the size of your artwork is going to depend on where you're uploading. For my site, it's going to be in pixels, so what you're looking at is 1000 by 1000. So the first thing we're going to do is color this. So you can choose what color you want for the background. And then all of these things that I got that I'm showing you right here are from Pixabay, which is a royalty-free image site. So it's definitely better to buy texture packs and whatnot, but you can get some cool free stuff on there if you're on a budget. And that's definitely what I wanted to show for this video. But I do recommend investing in some nice texture packs, stickers, all that type of stuff so you can really get your graphics up. So I'm gonna take the rows over and I'm gonna kind of center it in the middle so we can hit Control A and center it like that. And Control D. Probably keep it that size, maybe a little smaller. Actually, we'll go here. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over and get the texture and I'm gonna drop the texture over. We're gonna do a real simple design for this video. I don't want to go too crazy on it because you could definitely get like super creative with the design you want to do. And I like to spend a lot of time on my designs as well, but for tutorial purposes, we'll make this a little bit faster. So I'm gonna position the texture where I think it would be good. I'm gonna make sure that it's layered over the whole thing. First thing I'm gonna do is select it from normal. Let's see which blend mode we're gonna do. Probably go with something like this, and then we can bring the opacity down. So let's select this real quick, bring it over here. Try to figure out, I don't like this part, it's too busy. but for a free, you know, paper texture or vinyl wrap, this isn't too bad. That should be about good. And then we'll go in here and figure out which one we want to use. I think hard light looked pretty good. It doesn't look too bad, and we're kind of moving fast. Let's see what happens if we bring down the opacity a little bit. Actually, you know what we could do? On the texture, we could go over to image adjustments and levels. And we can kind of bring up the darks to kind of, you see it's in the background. It's pushing it back a little bit more on the texture, so it's just kind of faded back a little bit. So we'll just make sure that that is selected. It's this one right here. We'll go to image, or actually, yeah, image, adjustments, shadows and highlights. And we'll bring this tone, let's see, let's bring the amount up. And tone down this way. That's a little bit better. Actually, we just need to resize this and kind of move it over, because these parts on the left I don't like too much. I think that's better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. We'll resize this, just some random sticker again. It's a free sticker. And we'll just place it in the corner over here. And then we could bring the opacity down a little bit. Maybe up a little bit more. Let's go like 70, 71, something around there. That looks pretty good. And then we'll get a text. So let's see. It's called Peace. Let's color this something different so it stands out. And then what we could do is just shrink this a little bit. Maybe have it be a little bit smaller, depends. We could probably bring up the flower. So we'll just select that. Let's make Peace a little bit smaller. It depends on the artwork. Sometimes I like to add a text, sometimes I don't. So we could either leave the piece like that. I like that it stands out, but we can also take it and just drop it underneath the texture and the wrap and have it like that. And I think that might look better. I don't know. I gotta sit here and like look at it for a little bit. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is just move this over just a little bit more to kind of get rid of right here and over here. And I think that looks a lot better. And for like a quick little artwork, you know, just making something on the fly, this doesn't look too bad. I definitely like to spend a lot of time on my artwork. We could probably add a few more things to this, but this doesn't look bad. This would definitely be something usable for a MIDI kit if you wanted to have some artwork like this. So just something quick that you can create in Photoshop with some free images and some free textures, which actually worked out pretty well. I didn't think that vinyl was gonna like be too good because it was kind of like, it was a little bit crazy. It had a lot going on. These textures are kind of the only ones that I can find on the Pixabay site for free, but they ended up working out pretty well as long as you kind of work with it a little bit. So we're able to create just a little bit of a vintage look on this for free. But I could definitely say for not having too many options, this actually came out pretty good. All right, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, leave a thumbs up. You can follow me on all social medias at Lifestyle Did It. Make sure to hit my site, lifestyledidit.com, for everything else. Other than that, subscribe to your boy, push notifications. Thanks.